Hello, today's video is a 5 for under £25 meals from Lidl. I've not actually done this from Lidl before. I will leave the playlist of these videos down below, but I normally do them from Aldi because that's where I do most of my food shop. I always find that Aldi has the most affordable groceries and the widest range. I feel like I can get more in Aldi than Lidl. However, from my house, you can either go right or left, and you've your equidistance from Aldi or a Lidl. So I thought, why don't we just turn the other way? Let's go to Lidl. I want to try it out. Lots of people rave about Lidl. I used to go there more often than I do now, and I used to find some really cool bits in. But I've purchased a week's worth of shopping. I've made 5 different family meals. Every single meal feeds at least 4 adults. Quite a lot of my meals you can actually spread out for much more. So what I've done is create a big meal plan for this week. You're going to see the 5 meals that I'm making, some of my favourite 5 meals for under £25. Family meals. So you're going to see those this week. I've included the ingredients list. There's also going to be a short snippets of the meals with the shopping list, the full shopping list you need, and the cupboard essentials. You can see that as well. Hopefully that will be helpful. I've tried to be as comprehensive as possible, but enjoy today's video. If you feel like this video is going to be helpful to you, or if you enjoy this type of content, if you're not into leaving comments, a thumbs up just lets me know that that's the kind of video you want to see more often. And let's just get on with today's video. Okay, so the first meal we're having is slow cooker Nando's style peri peri pulled chicken and halloumi wraps. This is actually one of my favourite weekday meals because it's so easy, it stretches super far, great for leftovers for the next day. So I put about 4 thighs in, and this feeds at least 4 people. So 4 thighs go in the slow cooker. I use this peri peri medium spice seasoning that I found in Lidl, which can I say was absolutely delicious. Was really like punchy. I really enjoyed it. I use half a bulb of garlic, so lots of garlic cloves, because I like things garlicky. I feel like you can never have too much garlic. I crush that garlic in there. Pan fry the onion and the garlic for a little while before if you want, but I'm a mum in a rush, so I kind of just threw everything in. A tin of tomatoes, throw that right in, and also some cream cheese. I think full fat cream would go well in this, or sour cream, but cream cheese actually worked really well. I would normally add something like a double cream, but I really enjoyed the cream cheese, so pop that all in. I left it on medium heat for 4 to 6 hours. I do occasionally stir things in the slow cooker. Try not to, obviously, too much. I also added a red onion, I think I mentioned that. But in it all goes. Now we're serving this, you can either serve this with wraps or pittas. I always have wraps in the house and I just love wraps. So I picked up some wholemeal wraps from Lidl and they were really nice. And we served it with halloumi. I also added some minty peas on the side for the vegetables because I don't know if you've ever had the peas from Nando's, but they're underrated. But yeah, we really enjoy peas in this house. So by the end of the day, the chicken thighs should be absolutely falling apart. With 2 forks, I just shred it all, and it's super duper saucy, so delicious. Like, I could eat this with just a spoon. It's so good. Forked it and then put it all in a bowl. Mix some mint sauce in with my peas and fry up the halloumi. Now we had some leftover from Christmas. We had some chili jam in the fridge. And with this, it was absolutely stunning. So if you have a chili jam or anything like that, because I do believe in Nando's they serve you chili jam with the halloumi chicken wraps. Yeah, I really recommend. Obviously you can switch up the wraps and have pittas instead. That works just as well. Oh, and I did have some rice from the previous day which I added into the wraps. The rice is great for keeping the wrap together, as the chicken is very moist. It can make the wrap fall apart underneath, so the rice is really good as the first base layer. But totally optional because, you know, you don't really need it. But yeah, enjoy. Next up, I have slow cooker honey garlic chili noodles. These are like takeaway style, but without all the sort of ultra processed stuff. They're absolutely delicious. I highly recommend you make this. This is one of my favorites in the video. I really recommend this one because it's super duper easy. But as I said, I've left the ingredients on the screen. You're going to go and add everything apart from the noodles into the slow cooker. So that's all the ingredients, all the garlic. You actually add a whole bulb of garlic. It is garlic overload. So much garlic, but it really is that flavour that you want. If you don't have sriracha sauce, because I did add that as like a cupboard essential, sriracha sauce or some sort of chili sauce or chili powder. So most people have something chili flavoured in their house. So chili powder, sriracha sauce are used in this case. I also had some green chilies sitting in the freezer, so I added one of those. But this is the chicken later on in the day. As you can see, look, it's like dark with so much umami goodness. Like, it's so savoury, it's so delicious. I don't actually add salt to this because the dark soy sauce is so salty and there's a chicken stock that goes in there. So you've got to be really careful, you don't want to over salt it. If you do want more salt, obviously add it in at the end or when you're serving. Such a stunning flavour. It really works well with spring onions served on top. So about half an hour before serving, throw in your noodles and a little extra of the water. You do have water from your stock cube, but just add in, a little extra. Actually, what I do recommend is you soak the noodles in cold water beforehand and then just put them in the slow cooker half an hour before serving, and it's just much easier that way. They're already soft, they just need heating. So I served with sugar snap peas or mange tout actually, and some spring onion on the top, and they're blooming. Oh, I could eat that right now. Okay, next up is homemade pizzas. Once you start making your own pizzas, you will not go back. They are worlds apart from anything you can buy in the supermarket. So first things first, the dough recipe I get from the Jamie Oliver website. Obviously I've left the details in the ingredients list, but just follow the Jamie Oliver pizza dough recipe step by step, and it always works perfectly for me. I find that refrigerating your dough beforehand, so if you could do this in the morning, make your dough, let it rise, pop it in the fridge for a few hours, even overnight, it works really well in my opinion. So as I said, follow Jamie Oliver's recipe for the pizza dough to a T. Lidl don't have double O flour, so I used strong white bread flour and it worked just the same. So, well, just as good, shall I say. Next thing we're going to do is make some pizza sauce. Again, you can prepare this in the morning. So pizza sauce, tinned tomatoes, a bit of salt, a bit of pepper. You can literally just leave it at that. I jazz it up with some crushed garlic, some balsamic vinegar. I put a few chili flakes in there just for a bite, and some sage and oregano. If you've got mixed herbs, just add the mixed herbs. It works just as well. And let that simmer. You want to just let that simmer and sort of reduce until it's very thick, almost getting to like tomato paste. You don't actually need too much tomato sauce on your pizza base, so 1 tin is more than enough to do 4 pizzas. This is the water ingredients for the dough, and I'm popping that in at the stand mixer. I am very lucky, I have a stand mixer with a bread dough hook. Otherwise you'll be doing this by hand. But yeah, I'm going to knead that with the KitchenAid for a little while and then let it rise. My kitchen's really warm at the moment because we've been lighting the fire in here. So it rose to an extreme dinosaur sized dough. But yeah, I punched it down for a bit and it worked really well. Anyway, so let that rise in a warm kitchen for a little while. Then you're going to take out of the bowl and just pop it as a ball on a floured surface. This is where I did actually leave it in the fridge. I wrapped it up in parchment paper and left it in the fridge. And yeah, just something about putting your bread dough into a fridge really works, or even a freezer. So leave that in the fridge for a few hours. I then, later in the day, just got some ingredients, some toppings for the pizza ready. So we had obviously the mozzarella. You can leave it at that with some olive oil and pepper on top. Stunning. But I had capers in the fridge. We had pepperoni. Capers work very, very well on a pizza, by the way. They're like mini olives, so delicious. Pepperoni. We have sweet corn in the freezer. We have onion in the freezer, sliced up and ready to go. So this made 4 large pizzas. You can make 6 medium pizzas. I know it's not very Italian to roll it out with a rolling pin. You're meant to like stretch it and throw it around, but yeah, we're just using rolling pins. So I'm very sorry if you're from Italy and this is not very good practice, but I had a baby in a wrap and I just needed to get it done. But yeah, so spread on your pizza sauce. Don't add too much because you don't want the dough to sink when it's cooking. And you actually honestly don't need too much when you're making a pizza. I always put mozzarella on first. What do you do? Cheese or the toppings first? I'm intrigued. But yeah, it's really fun to do with children as well. Oren absolutely loves it when we make pizza. I get him to decorate his own pizza. And obviously, you know, I will help him a bit if he's like added all the cheese in one corner and no cheese in the other corner. So I will make sure his pizza looks good. And I did actually include a little clip of his pizza before it went in. And yeah, it was, yeah, they're stunning. We have homemade pizzas probably once a week at the moment. We're really enjoying them. Okay, next up we have chicken satay curry. I used to make this a couple of years ago and I forgot about it. I just haven't made it for so long and we really enjoyed having it this past week again. So I think it's going to be back on my meal rotation list. It's such a comforting curry. It's so delicious. So go ahead and add everything to the slow cooker. Again, super duper simple. Your onion, your coconut milk, your peanut butter. You can buy a non-ultra processed peanut butter from Aldi. I know you can. I couldn't find one in Lidl, but you can buy smooth peanut butter that's just peanuts from Aldi. You want to chop up all of your garlic. I always mince the garlic in this. Add your stock cube, your full fat coconut milk. Well, what I did add to this is about 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper. It's so sweet, obviously, from the coconut milk and the peanut butter. The cayenne pepper just, oh, it made it. It really like gave you a bite. It's also really important to serve this with something like spring onion because again, that gives you the bite. So it's such a sweet curry that when you've got like the cayenne pepper, the spring onion, it really brings out all the flavors, just so delicious. It doesn't look the best, I have to say. It's really hard to serve this up and make it look delicious. But let me tell you, it's a 10 out of 10. I really 1,000,000,000% recommend making this and serve it with sugar snap peas. So a really super simple midweek dinner is an omelette. A chorizo and potato Spanish omelette is delicious and so easy. It also uses very little ingredients but spreads them out really far. So with the baby potatoes, you only, between like 4 large adults, you only need about 3 potatoes sliced up and boiled just because they spread out so far. So parboil your potatoes for a little while so they're nice and soft. Chop up your chorizo and fry the chorizo until all the fats have started releasing and the chorizo has started going crispy. You don't I'm frying it all because we're saving some chorizo which is going to be cooked in a pasta dish another day. But get your eggs ready. I always grate some cheese into my eggs, give it a really good stir, and then cook the eggs. What I tend to do is remove the ingredients from the frying pan. So I removed all the chorizo and let the potato fry on its own, just in the chorizo oils. So I removed the chorizo, spread out the potatoes on the pan, and then poured the eggs over. Now, it's not very Spanish, I don't think, to grill your omelette. I do actually grill the top of my omelette once the bottom has cooked. So it's up to you whether you do or don't, but fry the potatoes for a while. Once the eggs are in, I do add the chorizo on top just to make sure it's all spread out evenly. Again, you really don't need too much. You just need a small amount, and you've got like the flavors and the textures. And yeah, it's a delicious meal. My son absolutely loves this omelette. As I said, I grilled the omelette in the end, and once it's grilled, as you can see, absolutely delicious. I add lots of black pepper on the end to serve, and I serve it with a side salad. And yeah, really filling, budget, such a cheap budget meal, but really delicious. I really hope you enjoyed this week's 5 meals. As I've said, I've left all the ingredients and the shopping list in the video and the shorts that will be coming out as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again really soon for the next one. Bye!